I got another baller on a budget deck attack video for that ass. This deck's only going to cost you 20 bucks. It's Infect, mono green. You're going to run 20 forests, and I'm going to break down everything you see here. I want to give thanks real quick. A little shout out to my buddy Adamo. He's actually the one that introduced me to Magic the Gathering way back in 8th grade in woodshop. That was, geez, over 20 plus years ago. Anyway, thank you to him because he put this deck together basically to take up to the LGS because he was sick of losing to people with a lot of cash that can afford a lot of really good cards. So he put this deck together. I ended up changing a few things. He had it basically set for casual play. I swapped out a few cards, made it legal and modern. Enough of the backstory. Big thanks to Adamo. So I made my adjustments. The heavy hitter in this deck is Glistener Elf. You're going to have, like I said, 20 lands. And Glistener Elf. He's the way you're going to get that turn 2 kill. You're definitely able to get a turn 3 kill. Turn 4 latest. You're going to definitely have a turn 4 kill. Even if you got a mulligan once, it'll still happen. No later than that. And we do have counters in this. Alright, so Glistener Elf, we're going to run 4 of him. Now, there's going to be a few cards that I've taken out because I want to demonstrate the turn 2 kill at the end of the video. So 4 Glistener Elves. It has Infect. For those of you who don't know, this creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. When a player reaches 10 poison counters, that person has lost the game. Next, we're going to have Necropede. Necropede, again, as Infect. When Necropede is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. We're running 4 of them. Next up, we have Inkoclaw. Inkerclaw, sorry. Another 2-drop, just like Necropede. It's got Infect. Whenever Inkerclaw Mirror becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's a 1/1. Now here's how we're going to get that shit a-going. This is kind of similar, in a sense, to the red-blue deck you guys watched, the turn 3 deck kill. This is definitely more geared towards turn 3, but it can, like I said, do turn 2, and I will explain. Mutagenic Growth. This is probably one of the more expensive cards in the deck. Again, only 20 bucks. This is Phyrexian mana. You can pay 2 life or pay a forest. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. These are all going to be pump spells. All pump, baby. Rancor. Urza's Legacy. God, it takes me so far back. Enchanted creature gains +2/+0 and trample. When Rancor is put into a graveyard from play, return Rancor to owner's hand. That is an awesome card right there. That trample ability is huge. We're running 4 of those as well. 4 Mutagenic Growths. 4 Rancors. We're going to run 4 Giant Growths as well. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. So 1-drop, very simple, very basic, 5 cents, if that. Groundswell. This is the only card, one of the more expensive ones, maybe 60 cents to $1. It's a 1-drop. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, but what makes this card badass is the landfall ability. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, that creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead. That's devastating. You're running 4 Groundswells in this deck as well. We are running 4 Might of Old Krosa. Am I saying that right? Krosa. Anyway. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you cast this spell during your main phase, which is where you typically cast your sorceries, that creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead, which is huge. Again, you're running 4 of these. I think that's the only uncommon in the entire deck. Larger than life. This is in here in case we go to turn 3 or 4 and we want to make sure we win. Trample is huge because not only is it going to deal damage across the board, depending on the blockers, to all creatures there, he's going to have to block. Your opponent's going to have to block. He's going to have no choice. He's going to die really fast. But also, when that damage is done being dealt to creatures, any leftover damage is going to go to that player, which is epic. That's a really easy way how we're going to win this. Larger than life. It's a 2-drop from good old Aether Revolt. Or, I'm sorry, is that Kaladesh? That's Kaladesh. Target creature gets +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn. We're running 4 larger than lives in this deck. Apostle's Blessing. This is how we're going to deal with anyone's BS. you're going to pay 1 Phyrexian mana, which is equivalent to 2 life, and 1 colorless to cast it. Target artifact or creature you control gains protection from artifacts or from the color of your choice until end of turn. Whatever your opponent is running, obviously you're going to say that card. Hopefully it's not like a three-colored multicolored deck, but if that's the case, you might find yourself in a little bit of a pickle. A little bit of a pickle. Just a little one. Just a tiny one. Apostle's Blessing. This card is going to just prevent him from blocking, period. It's going to make the creature unblockable. We have 4 of these in the deck. Okay, you just say, oh, you're running blue. Oh, great. Well, protection from blue. So that's amazing because then it gets rid of counter spells. Black, you could say. The list goes on and on. You guys get what I'm saying. Okay. Now here's how we're going to put all this together. I also put together a sideboard. By the way, if you're not subscribed to this video or if you're not subscribed to the channel, by all means, please subscribe. We have a lot of fun here. This is one of my more laid-back videos. Usually I'm all up in that face. All right, but not today. Not today. So here's how we're going to do that. Let's say, here's an example hand. You start off with this hand. This is how you get the turn 2 kill. You have to have a Glistener Elf. Otherwise, you ain't getting that turn 2 kill. All right. So let's say turn 1. Got my little forest. I'm going to tap it, baby. I'm going to tap it. I'm just going to tap it. I'm going to bring out Glistener Elf. Turn 2. Untap phase. I'm going to drop a second forest. Now we got 2 forests on the battlefield. We're going to make our move here. Now how we're going to go about that. First, we're going to have to tap 1 mana for Might of Old Crossa. Because it's got to be during my main phase, man. So we're going to do that. That's going to give him +4/+4. So he's a 5/5 with Infect right now. Then we are going to go ahead and tap another one. Groundswell. We had a land enter the battlefield, remember? So now our Glistener Elf is going to get +4/+4. So right now, he is up to 9. Boosh! Mutagenic growth. Pay 2 life. I don't care about life. We don't need to care about life at all. Why? Because we're going to take our opponent's life. Of course, they have to have no creatures out blocking this. And then you swing. Boosh! And that'd be game over. Odds are they're probably going to have a creature, but there are instances, children, ladies and germs, where they don't have a creature out. Ridiculous, I know. That's how you turn 2 kill. That's 11 damage. It's lethal because it's Infect. Now in a more typical game, you're probably going to go to turn 3. If you make it to turn 3, they're definitely going to be dead. Turn 4 latest. It's so hard to block some of this shit, especially when you have Rancor. We get Trample, and let's say they end up removing our creature. Well, we have 11 other creatures in the deck. We're going to hit another one, so don't worry. All right. $20, guys. Blossoming Defense. This is sideboard action. Let's say they got a lot of removal and whatnot, okay? They got a lot of things that target your creatures. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Hexproof means creatures can't be the target, cannot be the target of instances and sorceries or abilities, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Your creature controls. That is a great card to go in this deck, if need be. Fido Burst, the ultimate cheap little bastard card. Target creature gets +5/+5 until end of turn. I mean, cheap, it's 5 cents. +5/+5. Nice little pump, but it's a sorcery. Then we got Vines of Vastwoods. Pay 1, it's got a kicker of 1. Target creature can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control this turn. If Vines of Vastwood was kicked, that creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Boosh! Alright, that's going to do some damage as well. That's why it's in the little sideboard. Blight Mamba! Maybe they're just got a stupid amount of removal shit, okay? And it's just bad, okay? They're taking you out. Fatal Push, alright? Well, you can Fatal Push this up your ass when I freaking tap 2 and I bring back out my Blight Mamba, alright? Just make sure, of course, you're doing it correctly. It's probably on turn 4 when this happens. But then, boom, you come right back out and you got another attack phase next turn where you can do some damage again. Hopefully you got a couple spells still left. And I'm like, Elvish Mystic, why the heck not? Why the heck not? Maybe you're having difficulty, getting mana out because we're only winning 20. Well, you throw in a few Elvish Mystics. That's really going to help your odds. Of course, depending on how the game goes. Tap it, add a forest to your mana pool. Very basic, very simple. I'm not going to show you ways to improve this deck with high dollar cards. I feel that this would take too long. I just wanted to get the point out to you guys and show you what this deck's about. It's a lot of fun, and if you're a kid, you only maybe 13, 14 years old, and you love Magic, but you just can't afford a lot of the crazy expensive decks, and Modern can get really pricey really fast. Try one of these cheap decks. You're not going to win every single match, but just like any other deck, you're not going to win every single match, but you're going to have a good time, and you might surprise your opponent, catch him off guard, and whoop his behind. Poison him to death, baby. Make him drink that. Taunting Elf. Just imagine if this was legal in Modern. All creatures able to block Taunting Elf do so. What? So you just tap him, attack, then you pump up your Infect creature. Doesn't matter how many creatures they got. They all got to block this 0/1. Isn't that funny? All right, I thought I'd share that. I got a kick out of it. All right, guys. Again, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And please like this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, please like the video. It helps out a lot. As always, guys, peace, love, and anal.